Hey guys, welcome back, I'm Jay. In this episode, we're going to look at AWS Infrastructure as Code, AWS CloudFormation. Before we talk about Infrastructure as Code and CloudFormation, let's talk about the traditional approach. Imagine we are building a complex system with many different resources as well as hardware and software configuration for a client. It takes a very long time to piece them together. Our business has grown now. We need to build the same system for a few more clients. We have to remember the steps and configurations of our previous system to build the same system from scratch. Luckily, we have recorded our procedure when we created our first system into something called Runbook. We can replicate the steps of creating resources with Runbook. However, we still need to piece all the resources together and configure hardware and software manually. It is very time-consuming and error-prone. Each manual step can potentially cause inconsistency. What if we need to scale the same set of resources 100 times? Or if we want to quickly create a resource set for a temporary testing environment and automatically terminate them after testing? Does it mean the extra time consumed for temporary resources would be a waste? What happens when our system evolves? We want to keep different versions of our infrastructure. These requirements can quickly turn into the system administrator's nightmare. If we can make this Runbook a template and automate the steps and configuration as much as we can, it can help us reduce significant risk and time. This is the idea of Infrastructure as Code. Infrastructure as Code helps automate the process of provisioning and managing cloud resources by writing a template file that is both human readable and machine consumable. The idea is to be able to manage the infrastructure like managing software. With Infrastructure as Code, you can create a template with configuration details of all the resources you want to create. You can set up multiple versions and manage them with version control services, such as AWS Code Commit and GitHub. The system will automate the process and build the infrastructure with the steps and configuration detail that you've defined on the template. You can add or remove resources by updating the template. The entire infrastructure lifecycle can be managed through Infrastructure as Code. The infrastructure detail is transparent on the template. Resources are consistent as long as they are created from the same template. With Infrastructure as Code, time, risk, and human errors are drastically reduced. This is a game changer. You can easily create temporary resources and destroy them, or replicate your infrastructures multiple times. You can keep multiple versions and see the history of your infrastructure. You need fewer system administrators to perform manual processes. You can focus on delivering better systems to your customers. CloudFormation is the AWS Infrastructure as Code service that allows you to provision almost any AWS resources on your account using JSON or YAML format templates. CloudFormation gives extra visibility of AWS infrastructure. The CloudFormation template is a clear reference to the resources and settings. You can easily check whether your infrastructure setup has followed the best practice. You can reuse CloudFormation templates multiple times and scale your resources across multiple regions. CloudFormation automates resource creation or destruction. It significantly reduces human errors. You can version control CloudFormation templates using Git. This allows you to view the history of the infrastructure and roll back if you accidentally delete the wrong resources. The creation and deletion of AWS resources are transactional processes in CloudFormation. CloudFormation not only creates resources, but also waits for them to stabilize while they're starting and verifies that provisioning was successful. When you create a stack of resources, if one of the resources has failed, CloudFormation can gracefully roll back the entire infrastructure. A CloudFormation template is a descriptive file in JSON or YAML format. CloudFormation uses these templates as blueprints to build AWS resources. For example, you can describe EC2 instances on a template, such as an instance types, AMI IDs, block device mappings, and key pairs. When you use CloudFormation, you can manage related resources as a single unit called stack. You can create, update or delete a collection of resources by creating, updating or deleting the stack. All the resources in a stack are defined by the CloudFormation template. Suppose you have defined an EC2 instance, auto-scaling group, elastic load balancer, and RDS database on a template. To create these resources, you need to upload the template to CloudFormation. CloudFormation will provision them in a stack. If you want to make changes to the running resources in a stack, you can update the CloudFormation template. As a best practice, you should generate a change set before making changes to the resources. It's a summary of your proposed changes. Change set allows you to see the potential impact on your running resources, especially on the mission-critical resources, before implementing the changes. For example, if you change the name of an RDS database instance, AWS CloudFormation will create a new database, and delete the old instance. You will lose all the data in the old database. If you generate a change set, you can see that name changing will replace the old database. So you can plan the necessary steps to prevent accidental deletion and data loss. In this episode, we've learned that infrastructure as code and AWS CloudFormation. Infrastructure as code can help you automate resource provisioning by using templates. CloudFormation is the AWS infrastructure as code service that can help create resources across multiple regions. CloudFormation uses JSON or YAML templates to manage stacks. You can preview the proposed changes in resources using change sets. Okay, that's all for CloudFormation. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.
Hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. If you liked the video, please help us and hit the like button. If you want to watch more tutorials, please subscribe to the Cloudemy TV channel. Make sure to turn on the notification and stay tuned. At Cloudemy, we're passionate about cloud and AI technology. Please share your feedback and thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to let us know what topics you'd like to watch. Happy watching and happy learning.